What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wager Zone podcast, and we are back for another day of soccer bets, guys. Let's get right into this video, guys. We are coming off of a 4-in-1 day, guys. We hit a lot of our bets. The only bet we did not hit was the early African game in early in the morning, where Nigeria was supposed to go out there and play their starters, and they went out there and benched their starters and played their backup team for the most of the game. They went up 1-0, then they give up 2 goals, and then they put their starters in. It's too late. They end up losing the game 1-2. But at the same exact time, guys, we hit all rest of the 4 of the plays. If it wasn't for Nigeria, we would have had a clean sweep. So yeah, guys, I have 7 bets for you guys today. Let's get on a little run. If we get the clean sweep today, 7 in a row, guys, today, that would be a great thing. We'll be on another 11-1 run. It'll be a great run we're going to be getting on. So let me give you all my bets today, guys. Starting off with the first bet, guys, it's going to be a 2-leg parlay. It's going to be Japan over 1.5 goals and South Korea over 1.5 goals. Japan usually dominates South China. They played in Japan last time. They scored 5 goals. I'm expecting them to score at least 3 or 4 goals in this game. China doesn't have a good squad at all. Even if they're playing at home, I think Japan even likes playing in China more. If you look at their past games, they go out there and they like showing off in China just to show everybody how much better they are. So yeah, guys, I think Japan's going to go out here and win this game, maybe even 3-1, 4-1, and just score a decent amount of goals. So we're taking their over 1.5 goals. And then, yeah, guys, we're parlaying it with South Korea over 1.5 goals. They're playing in Palestine. Palestine, if you guys know what's going on over there, it's they're having a really bad time over there in Palestine. It's not really good things happening over there. I don't want to actually get into all that, but I just know that South Korea is playing against them, and South Korea is probably one of the best teams in all of Asia, and they're going to be going to a country and playing against a country that doesn't really have much to play for at the moment. I mean, as in, like, they are not really focused on soccer at the moment, guys, and they have a lot more other things to worry about, but besides soccer over there in that country. So I think South Korea is going to go in here, especially being one of the best teams, score about 3 or 4 goals, same thing as Japan. I think they're going to totally dominate this game. So that's going to be the 2-leg parlay, guys. Japan over 1.5 goals parlayed with South Korea over 1.5 goals. All right, guys, this next bet's going to be in the African Cup. The African World Cup qualifiers, I believe it is, or just the African Nations Cup. I can't exactly remember exactly which one it is, but we're going to make it a 3-leg parlay, guys. We're taking Ivory Coast over 1.5 goals, South Africa on the money line, and Senegal on the money line. All 3 of these teams are probably the top 3 best teams in all of Africa. Maybe actually, if you want to throw Morocco in there, Morocco might be the best team in Africa. But besides Morocco, these 3 might be the next 4 or next 3 in the top 4, and then Egypt might be somewhere in there as well. But yeah, guys, they're playing against a way lower opposition. I think Ivory Coast is playing a team in Chad that doesn't have any players in any team across the country that is actually playing in a decent league, and also they don't even have a league for themselves in Chad. So a lot of the players are just local guys that just have regular jobs trying to get by in there, and they play soccer just to have some fun. So I think Ivory Coast is going to go in there and just dominate this game. I think they should win this game 3-0 or at least 2-0, guys. So give me over 1.5 goals on Ivory Coast. They're a -1,000 favorite. If you get the over 1.5 goals, like I do believe they will, it drops down to a -450. So I do like that. And then South Africa, guys, I'm taking them on the money line. Senegal, taking them on the money line. These teams will possibly go out there and win this game 1-0. I don't think so. I do think they're going to go out there and win this game 3-0, 2-0 between both these 2 teams. South Sudan and Burundi is 2 teams that are not good at all. They are like 5-game losing streaks, both of them. They have not been playing good soccer at all. Countries are not really that good at soccer either. South Africa and Senegal are way better squads, so I think they should go out there and win this game to dominate. So that's going to be the 3-leg parlay, guys. Ivory Coast over 1.5, South Africa money line, and Senegal money line. All right, guys, this is going to be another 2-leg parlay. This is going to be in the UEFA Nations League. It's going to be Slovakia over 1.5 goals and Sweden over 1.5 goals. Slovakia, I think, is going to go in here and play Estonia. Slovakia has historically dominated this opposition, and they just have way better team of players over there on that team, guys. They actually have teams that play in decent leagues. Estonia, I don't think that any of them play in actual decent leagues. The most you'll catch them playing in the Turkish leagues or the Denmark league or something like that. But a lot of these players play in very low-level leagues, and they play in leagues that are actually in Estonia. So Slovakia, I think it's going to go out here, win this game 3-0, 3-1. They should hit that over 1.5 goals. And Sweden, they're playing against a team, I forgot how to actually pronounce the game. I'm just going to call them Azure. They're playing a team in Azure where I think they're going to go out here and dominate as well. I think Sweden is actually a lot better squad than Azure compared to Slovakia is better than Estonia. I think Sweden is more of a lock in this one as well. I think Sweden goes out here, scores about 4 goals, at least 3 goals, win this game 3-1, 4-1. Azure probably gets 1 in just for some pride after here Sweden scores about 2 or 3 on them, and they just knock one in later on. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the 2-leg parlay. Slovakia over 1.5 goals and Sweden over 1.5 goals. All right, guys, another 2-leg parlay for you guys. It's gonna be in the UEFA Nations League as well. We're gonna be taking Netherlands over 1.5 goals and Germany on the money line. I think Netherlands are gonna go out here and just beat Bosnia like hands down, guys. Netherlands have been in great form. They're beating teams 3-0, 4-0. They just scored 5 goals against another team. Bosnia is just not a good squad. They have about 2 players that are actually good. The rest of them are just local guys that are in Bosnia that just play soccer in different leagues and come back home and just do work for a living, guys. And the Netherlands, like I said, they've been in great form, one of the best teams in the whole world. And I think they're gonna go here score about 4 or 5 goals as well in this game. So give me the Netherlands over 1.5 goals, and we're gonna parlay that with Germany on the money line. Germany's playing in Hungary, where I think Germany should go out here at least win this game 2-0 or maybe even 3-1. But actually, I do want to just take the money line because Germany could go out here, score 1 goal in the second half, don't score anything, and just sit back and end up winning this game 1-0 because they are playing in Hungary. So at the same time, guys, I do not want to take them on the over 1.5 goals and then win this game 1-0. So that's gonna be the 2-leg parlay, guys. Netherlands over 1.5 goals because I do see them scoring about three somewhere between 3 to 5 goals, and Germany on the money line just in case they win this game 1-0. But I do expect them to win this game at least 2-0 or 3-1. All right, guys, this is going to be in the next game. It's going to be the Montenegro taking on Turkey, and they're going to be playing in Montenegro, but I just think Turkey has way better squad than them. Montenegro is on a 5-game losing streak. They have not been playing good at all. Their defense has been looking very suspect. People have been scoring goals left and right. And Turkey, they just burned us in the last game, guys. We just needed Turkey to score at least 2 goals in the game. They just went out there. I think they scored maybe 1, or I think it was 0, guys. I can't exactly remember if they scored 0 or 1, but that game they took about 24 shots. They missed a penalty. VAR took away another goal. It was just a whole bunch of bad things happened in this game. So I think Turkey's going to come in here trying to make up for it, at least score 2 goals in this game. I think they're going to win this game 3-0, 3-1, maybe even 4-1. I think Turkey's going to come in here with something to prove just because how bad they just could not get the ball in the net last time. So give me Turkey over 1.5 goals in this game, guys. All right, guys, this is going to be in the African Nations Cup. It's going to be Egypt taking on Botswana, and I'm going to be taking Egypt over 1.5 goals. I think Botswana is maybe good to score at least 1 goal in this game because I don't think they're going to go out here and get a shutout. But Egypt has a way better squad than them. Egypt should go out here with Mohamed Salah and those guys, and Mohamed Salah is going to be the main leader of this team, and everybody else just have a really good squad when they play against African teams. I think Egypt should go in here, win this game 2-0, maybe 3-1, 2-1. But I am expecting Egypt to at least score 2 goals in this game because I kind of do expect Botswana to at least get 1 goal in. So that's why we're taking Egypt over 1.5 goals, guys, because if this game comes out to a 2-2 draw, at least we hit our over 1.5 goals on Egypt. So that's going to be the bet, guys. Egypt over 1.5 goals. All right, guys, this is going to be the last bet I have for the day. It's the 7th bet. Like I said, hopefully we cash out all the way until we get to this game. This is going to be 2-leg parlay. One's going to be in the South America World Championships in the World Cup qualifiers. Next one's going to be in the CONCACAF Nations League. We're going to be taking Argentina over 1.5 goals and Canada over 1.5 goals. Argentina's playing Peru. Peru might be one of the worst squads in all of this whole entire South American World Cup qualifying. I'm expecting Argentina to go out here, score at least 3 goals and win this game, maybe even 2-1, 3-1, but I'm expecting a 3-1 or 3-0 game. I don't expect Peru to have anything for them. And Canada, they're playing Suriname, where they just came off of Suriname. They just played them. They won the game 1-0, where they should have scored at least 2. They took so many chances, but now they're playing in Canada. This is another game plan against them. Now it's playing at their home. I'm expecting Canada to beat them at least 2-0 this game. Hopefully Canada does not burn us in this week, guys, because Canada burned us last time they played this team, but they played in Suriname. This time they're in Canada, so I just expect a lot better team. Just like how Jamaica and USA beat Jamaica 1-0 in Jamaica, and then it came back just today and they won 4-2. They scored 4 goals at home. That's what I'm expecting from Canada this time. This is the 2-leg parlay, guys. Argentina over 1.5 goals, parlayed with Canada over 1.5 goals. And all right, guys, that is it for today's video. Like I said, hopefully we get a clean sweep, 7-0, come back on that 11-1 run. Let's cash out today, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the page, come back, guys. I do all different types of sports. Tomorrow I'll be dropping my NBA early in the morning, so stay tuned for my NBA videos. So I'm out of here, guys, and I'll see you guys in the morning.